No. We were talking
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
I think the Dreamcast is pretty good.
I would have put the Neo Geo so much higher if it was like $300 when it came out and everyone had it. And growing up, we had one, and like they're easy to find.
If it was easy, if they did it like that and everybody had one, then it probably would have had a bunch of dumb shovelware games that would have come out.
That's it, right? That's all you have to do.
And that's it. Now you're at the boss.
I just love how they make you land.
Yeah, especially like it's one of the few situations where you don't have fall damage for some reason.
Well, because they know you have. Like,
yeah, but they had to specifically program the game to be like that.
Now you have to play whack-a-mole.
Yeah, bro.
I will admit that it's quality, but I just say that you have to look at everything with it, you know?
Oh, right. But I mean, like, one of the reasons it's quality, though, is probably because it didn't gain super popularity and then get a bunch of garbage on it. You know, like Nintendo 64, if it wouldn't have been popular, would have only had these, like, licensed games for it, and there wouldn't be a ton of sports games and terrible games, because it would be like,
but I'm
not bothering.
On the flip side, the N64 was definitely like 1/5 as popular as the PS1, and as a result, a lot of the third parties moved to the PS1.
Gotcha.
So
so there is so much more.
At a certain point, like Square Enix had to make the conscious decision to switch to PS1, so there's no like Final Fantasies where there could have potentially been one.
Right.
I like Trevor's point. I mean, it's an unfortunate part of life, but to have like all the good stuff, you are always gonna have garbage and people who try to like cash in and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, everybody has a system.
I think the Nintendo DS is a great system, but it also has the most shovelware of all time, and it's like just kind of is what it is. So I don't know. It's like the PS2, I think, has the best library of all time, and I don't really think that can be.
90% of the library is literally unplayable.
Yeah, but if you were like, what's the best system of all time? I would like accept 4 or 5 different answers.
Yeah,
but
like Wii U for me.
Yeah. But if you were like, what's the best library of all time? I don't think I would really accept any other answer besides PS2. I mean, it's got like 5,000 games for it, and like even
if like Trevor said 90% is terrible.
Yeah,
that's still a decent amount.
You got hundreds of awesome games. It's ridiculous. So it's like, I don't know. You take the good with the bad, and sometimes it's a little bit too like the Wii. It becomes a little bit too like overpowering with the the crap games.
Yeah, I mean the Wii had 2,000 games and 1990 of them were awful.
Although I'm a little nicer on the Wii. I think that the games that it does have that's good are like make up for it. But yeah, it has a lot of just pure garbage. But my major point is I made that list and I didn't even look at yours, Trev, and we ended up with the top 3 systems being the same.
I mean, it's really hard to say any other than SNES, PS1, PS2 is the top 3.
I think that's the holy trinity of systems. It's PS1, PS2, and SNES. Whatever order you want to put it in is fine. Like, I disagree with Trevor on some things. Like, I think I like the original Xbox more than he does, and that's fine. And he likes
the PS4 and stuff.
I think you have the PS4, and I think you had the Dreamcast higher than me, and it's like that's fine.
Right.
But
you're not gonna get fired over that.
But
if you were to say that the PS1 is tier 3, get out. You're fired.
But when it comes down to it, like I could not see somebody come with a list where it's not the top 3.
Ben, now you know why you got fired.
PC Master Race, step into my office.
Master Race. Maxter Race. Wow.
I even put the 360 probably higher than you, Trev. I think it's an average system because it has a lot of games. I don't like what a lot of the games like are, but at the very least it has like a ton of choices.
Well, for me, I hate the controller. I don't like any of the first-party games.
The 360 controller?
Yeah.
Man, even I like the 360 controller.
All the other good games on it that are third-party are on the PS3. And there's nothing for me. There's absolutely nothing. And it's also the first system that I paid online, which also does actually affect how much I like a console.
That's true. The PS3 I ended up putting a little bit higher, and Michael Kenny was like, you know, what's this? And it's like, what's the whole system's life? I mean, the first couple years of the PS3 was like the worst. It was like truly garbage. But then they made up for it with several years of actually good stuff. So.
But Neo Geo didn't make up for it in emulation.
That's not during the system's life, bruh.
Well, it still exists.
What? That's so dumb. That's dumb. That's like me giving the Nintendo problem, saying that it has problems because the games now after the fact are expensive. That's not Nintendo's fault. But it was SNK's fault for being like most $700 system at the time.
Imagine being like a kid now and then being like, I want to get into collecting games. Well,
sounds like a great time.
Too bad you weren't born 30 years ago.
Kid, turn back now. There's nothing for you here.
Yeah, just play Minecraft.
Did you see that?
That was really weird.
Question?
Question mark?
Here's the question for you guys
Not
in the
part.
room.
Not the part.
Not the part. So we all personally knew people who owned NES's, Genesis,
Yep.
PS1. Does Parker? I know you have that one particular guy, but does anybody here remember anyone who specifically had like a TurboGrafx, a Neo Geo, a CDI, a 3DO growing up?
Right.
I don't, Trev.
I did not.
Yeah, I said.
In fact, most of my first experiences were like working in other game stores and being like, "What's a 3DO?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a friend.
Well,
I mean,
I
I've
knew
told
them.
Spencer this, but I had a friend who.
Because they made Here's My Magic.
Yeah, I had a friend who, whose parents had a pretty messy divorce, and his dad was like desperate to have the kids like him, so he literally bought them like every game system ever.
3D.
So I benefited off my friend's pretty rough time. Unfortunately, I feel bad about it. But not too bad, because, I mean, it all worked out. Like, you know, they're all happy and grown up, and nobody did anything they regretted. But
they had 3DO and everything,
But they had
right?
3DO, they had every iteration of Sega, CD, 3D, 32X, and everything. They had...
I don't even know anyone who had a CD growing up, Sega CD.
They either had a CDI or they had some other disc-based thing or whatever. They didn't have a Neo Geo, which I was like, oh man,
you get them a friggin' 3DO.
You don't love him.
I only love you if you give me a Neo Geo. Okay. Yeah, I can't
But yeah, that was such a specific thing that like I didn't know anybody that just like had that as the one game system they had. You know, because everybody had like one really, like maybe two at the time. Like they didn't. It's not like people had like I have 10 systems. It's like
honestly, I can't even think of anyone owning a Jaguar or like a. Can you guys? I can't think of any friends like. You know, you go over to their house and it was always the same thing, like a PS1. I know a couple of people had a Dreamcast. But like,
I knew plenty of Dreamcast owners.
But like, I literally don't know anyone that was like, "This is my Jaguar," and it's weird because it's like people bought them, but who got like Sega CDs and whatever? It's like I don't know of anyone.
We used to play my friend Ryan's house. This is the guy that was Charles talking about.
Nice,
we would play, Willy Beamish. On the Sega CD.
Yeah.
It's like a weird adventure
game.
It's like, but it's like real weird because it's like this like cartoon like clips with. It was like really hard to tell what to do, and it was like way before the internet. So it was like, actually, I think that like AOL or Prodigy had started, and we used to laugh because Ryan's dad had literally, this was a thing, the Internet Yellow Pages. It was basically like a hard copy Google where you would like have this big thing and it would tell you what the website was. You'd be like, what is a place to buy this? It's like, oh, let me look at the Yellow Pages. And you'd flip to it and it'd be like, www.
No, HTTP.
Yeah, http://www. It's like 700 characters long. Slash this dot this slash this tilde. You type it all in. that cannot be found. Because by the time the thing was printed, I'm sure those websites like went down. Like, can't even imagine. I also have from that time period, because I think I found it in a garage sale. I have an internet white pages, which is just literally like a bunch of email addresses. Like, it's like names and email addresses. But like, I guess at the time there were so few people that were on there. Like, mostly at colleges, I guess, and stuff. So they, like, made a thing that was every email address.
Could you even imagine all the throwaway accounts people make? It would, like, it's like...
I mean, there's probably, like, multiple times more the entire Earth's population.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I have, like, 4 email accounts.
Right.
That's crazy.
And that's, like, it's like I have 4 email accounts that I use, and then I have like an additional 4 that I just have because I created them for something and never bothered with. So it's like, what?
Yeah, nowadays if you want to make like a Gmail account, like everything that is like 10 letters long is automatically taken. Like, no matter if it's just like 17AU something for like 10 characters, it's like, oh, it's taken. Wow.
I only like recently hit. Oh, it was with Snapchat. I went to log into Snapchat, and when I created an account, I typed in Linstore, which I've used for everything forever, and it was like taken. And I was like, well, I guess I can't use Snapchat because I'm not gonna pick another username. I've used it for every single thing in my entire life.
Damn, someone else out there is freaking using
I'm like,
Linstore.
what? And I'm like trying to figure out like who it could be. Because it's like, I definitely didn't sign up for it, so it wasn't like something was like, oh, I signed up for that a long time ago. It was like, because I like tried to do like, because at first I was like, oh, maybe I did sign up for it. I started trying to like find my password, but it's like, no, it definitely isn't me because it doesn't have the same email address attached to it. I'm like, all right, well,
that's crazy.
yeah. So I was just like, I guess there's randomly somebody that's like Linstore, but only on Snapchat? And is that person like annoyed? Because literally everything else they can't use Linstore. Like, damn it, I can't use it on the PlayStation, I can't use it on...
Are those in
No.
this? Okay.
I don't know why they add them, because they're really awkward and annoying.
Well, if you ever see anyone out there on like Snapchat or
Yeah.
Instagram, something I don't
Maybe
use,
they sees
called
Linstore.
Matt is Fat Schaefer,
Oh.
you let me know. You let me know right away, because I'm gonna patent pen that. Sorry, Matt. I have your IP.
Like, there's gonna be a point at which you're both like retired and you'll still be using Matt is Fat Schaefer as the username. And it'll be like, oh, I lived a good life.
Grandpa,
Yeah.
why does this screen name say you're fat?
Well, yeah, like his kid will be logging into like ultra online video service, and it'll be like, Matt is Fat Schaefer logged on. like I think probably it hasn't come up because like Matt doesn't have a PS4 or whatever. But like if he did and it kept popping up, he'd probably be like,
What?
Could you change
What?
Awesome. No, he knows that's my thing.
Right, but like he's not faced
Why is it-
with it
What the
every
heck?
day.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if he was like seeing it every day popping up when he's like on Netflix, and then it's like Matt is Fat Schaefer logged in, he'd be like, okay.
So how did I do that? Is it on the regular floor?
It had to be.
Wow.
Neat.
That's kind of cool.
I just keep sending you.
Oh!
Me.
Maybe we can use
Oot
that.
is a cool game.
Maybe we can use that for my speed runs.
Oot's an interesting game.
Send that in.
Can't even imagine a situation where you like specifically need that. That dude.
Very good.
That was pretty boss.
That was walking away without looking at the explosion level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and those wolves, even the snow ones, if you hit them in their back, they die in one hit. Otherwise, they take like literally 6. And when I found that out, I was like, man, that is so cool.
He's doing the bottle trick, folks.
Yeah, bro. I'm doing it.
Listen.
Navi is RNG manipulation.
Oh, yeah. I just like how you haven't had to talk to Navi for a while. Feels good.
Yeah, I think Navi actually bothers you less than Master Quest, which is like probably like the one good thing about it. Everything else is worse.
Man, that feel when I didn't know anyone with a 32X growing up. Feels bad. We did know people who had the Sega Channel, and that
right
was cool.
Yeah.
Way ahead of its time. What if they had something like that nowadays? Could you imagine?
I mean, like, I don't know why a thing like Nintendo hasn't, like, capitalized on it. Like, because they could easily make a, like, Netflix-style thing, but for, like, old emulated games on, like, the Switch or whatever.
Yeah, but they would rather you just buy each individual game for $5.
But, like, they would probably make more doing it the other way. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, all you would have to do is, like...
because so many people would sign up for it. People that wouldn't buy a game for $5
what the heck was that?
For $5 a month, and then end up only playing 3 games.
Yeah, but here's the thing they could also do. They could be like, okay, well, Legend of Zelda is going to be on from January to March.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then someone's like, oh, it's not on anymore. Well, whatever, I had fun. I'll download it now or whatever.
That's true, too. Yeah, absolutely. Like, they could make it as a thing.
I mean, that's what Netflix does. They're not like, Bob's Burgers will always be on. It's like, watch it while you can. That would actually be awesome. When I was talking to Ryan the other day, I was like, why... Like, Nintendo knows that, like, people are so into their older Zelda games. Why don't they have this, like, Zelda Compendium come out where it's, like, 2 or 3 different games, maybe for the Switch, and it's, like, Zelda Compendium 1, $60, has every Zelda game from the first one to Majora's Mask. Just nothing changed, right?
Right.
It's just whatever, and people would pay for it.
Oh, guaranteed.
No question, and it's like... You could make it that it costs more than it is the individual downloads, too. You could do that.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why not. They could even release it in 2 or 3 different sets. The one they could make, like... Part 2 could be like, oh, well, it's Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and, I don't know, Skyward Sword, right? And it's like,
or all those, like, 4 swords, all the handheld
they could even do
ones.
one handheld one, and it's like, there you go, 3 games, $60 each, that's $180, and people would absolutely buy it. I would even consider it, you know?
That's the thing, is, like, I don't understand, because it seems like you could say, like, oh, well, Nintendo's just out to make money because they just keep making these things, just whatever. But then it's like, but there's these ways that they can very easily make more money and then they're not doing it. So clearly that's not their goal.
But it's also...
What is their goal?
It's also... That was a cool move. It's also like...
Ground jumping.
It takes me 1 second to come up with an idea where it's like... It's not a crazy idea either. It's not like, well, they don't own the rights to it. It's like, of course they do. You know? So, like, I came up with the idea in 1 second, not even thinking about it, and it's like... Do it. People would love it, you know? People would go crazy over that. You could even do that for the Mario games. Like, when they... It's like it's like they take all their ideas and they half-bake them. Like, when they came out with Mario All-Stars again for the Wii, it's like, what a great idea. It was like $30 or something like that, you know? And it was just Mario All-Stars, the Super Nintendo game. But then it's like, oh, it's hard to find. Oh, we're done making it. And it's like, what?
Yep.
Like, they didn't even have to do any work. They're like, Mario All-Stars, we made it 20 years ago. Here is it on the, you know, Wii. And it's like, now we're done with that.
Yeah. Well, we didn't make very many copies because we didn't think anybody wanted it.
Do Zelda All-Stars. I'm telling you. Nintendo! Listen, people wouldn't even be mad at this.
Listen!
They wouldn't even be mad at this point. They wouldn't even be like, oh, they're trying to cash in. It's like, you know what? People want it.
Yeah, obviously, evidenced by the NES Classic, people want old game stuff. Like, a whole bunch of my, like, very not interested in games friends were like, oh, shoot, NES Classic, that thing's so cool. And it's like, you haven't played a console game or any game besides, like, Bejeweled on your phone in, like, years. Why do you suddenly care so much about a console? It's like,
Yo, that would sell Switches. That would sell systems, man. If they come out with that Zelda thing, you know? Just 3 Zelda compendiums, I'm telling you.
Hey, look, it's my male brother. What's going on?
What?
Yeah.
Did you just reveal the secret that I wasn't supposed to know?
What? That?
Sheik is his brother?
Yeah.
Yep.
How did I never know this? It's like literally when Pamela and I were right before we were married, we were engaged, and Pamela was like, "I've never seen the Star Wars movies," so I was like, "All right, well, we'll watch them." So we sat down to watch them. This was after I think only Phantom Menace had been out.
Rip.
So it was in between Phantom Menace and whatever. So we started at the episode 4. We watched through, and when it gets to the friggin' Luke, I am your father, Pamela's like, oh, what?
Nah, that's ridiculous.
Literally, she knew the phrase Luke, I'm your father, but didn't know who said it and didn't know the implications of who said it. So like she just kind of assumed it was like Obi-Wan. When we started watching it, she's like, oh, I guess at some point Obi-Wan will say he's his father. And we watching it, and then all of a sudden when Vader said it, she's like, what? I didn't see that coming. And I'm like, that's insane.
That is insane.
Like, how did you go this long and you didn't know this?
Do you know that the actual quote is actually, "No, I am your father," not "Luke, I am your father"?
It's true.
Right.
Right.
It's true!
I literally don't care about Star Wars.
I watched it like a couple months ago.
That's the kind of tidbit of information like a non-Star Wars fan has, so they can be like, did you know?
I literally never even watched episode 6.
Exactly.
Or 1 or 2 or 3.
That's episode 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like literally the only Star Wars I ever watched
Yo,
was 4 and 5.
Can I say something Star Wars related? That feel when Star Wars Shadows of the Empire is not canon anymore makes me pretty upset, dude. I thought
I know they cut out the books, but did they specifically say also all the games?
yes, everything except for the Clone Wars at the time when Disney bought Star Wars is not canon.
Gotcha.
So it's crazy because it would have been such a great trilogy. It stars a guy named Dash Rendar, and it's just it tells the story of Emperor Zizor or Zizor. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's an N64 game.
Right.
And it was perfect for the trilogy. It would have been awesome. And now we can only maybe I should play that on 64 sometime. It's actually a pretty good game. What that?
The fire arrows I can't get.
Rip.
Actually, you can
now
get
you don't
it.
have to awkwardly line up in front of a torch.
Yeah, but I can't even get in until I finish the water temple.
Just
jump
do
over
some
there.
bomb hovers.
Bomb hovers, okay?
Can you try it once?
So I forgot to get the blue tunic, but that doesn't matter because I'm not gonna actually be doing the water temple. I'm just getting the long shot and then I'm done.
You can't breathe underwater.
Well, except for 1 minute and 9 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. I mean,
Link's like,
it's kind of average.
what? A minute and 9 seconds?
A minute of holding your breath for a minute isn't too terrible.
That's pretty good. That's more than your average person.
But also walking
Really?
around with 200-pound leg things.
It's more than your average person. Your average person could...
I mean, obviously, moving at all.
No,
makes it go
I'm
nuts.
just saying in general, your average person couldn't hold their breath underwater more than like 45 seconds.
Wow.
Ben?
I don't know if I can
I've
agree
never
with
been
that.
underwater.
Really?
Never in my life.
Huh. Do you
Well,
think you can
since-
hold your breath
since-
for a minute,
No,
9
since
seconds?
Beavis doesn't like
Yes.
water, neither can Ben.
Yeah.
By the way that Link's moving all slowly and everything is,
Is that Mewtwo?
Yes.
what?
Is that
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo?
Yeah? It's your fiance.
What?
Hey, I'm dying. I don't have a tunic on.
Yeah, 48, 46, 10.
I'm pretty sure that
now-
you can easily do this dungeon without the blue tunic, but I'll just get that off screen. It's just unfreezing King Zora. That's pretty much how he just gives it to you.
And he goes, heh. And he goes, wop, 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 wop. And he moves very slowly away.
Goes,
Oh, that's right. That's the noise.
For
And you gotta watch it in...
solid
Jeez,
minute.
You gotta watch
does
it-
she know that you're gonna die?
She cannot relate.
She's literally your fiance, so... No.
Yeah, she's
got-
like, I don't care.
She's got things to say.
5 minutes? Imagine. Can you imagine?
5? Oh my god. I
Nice
couldn't
moves! Oh no!
Rip. Were you supposed to go in there?
That's where you get the long shot, but I'm not sure if you have to play a song first.
Whoa, you figured it out. You saw the crest. Rip.
Finally.
Is that going all the way down?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to get down there?
Wait, let me be epic.
Unreal.
So the long shot is in that room right there. So I'm gonna get it.
So you had to use the boots?
Oh wait, maybe I did not do this dungeon at all. All I want to get is the long shot real quick, but maybe it's in this room.
There it is.
Actually, it might. This looks familiar. No? Okay.
Whoa! Look at all them rupees.
I like those enemies because they have no defense. They have little dinosaur arms and no shield. Here we go, baby.
Be a long shot.
Unfortunately, it's a dungeon map.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Compass, even worse. Even
But now you can
worse.
see your little position on the map.
Oh.
Maybe I can, ooh.
Oh!
Can I even...
Wow! Your hook shot is...
Wait.
No way.
Oh!
Knowing Master Quest, this might be literally how you're supposed to do it.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Unreal. Nice job, Trevor. You're standing on it. Glitch!
Dungeon map.
No, this is definitely a long shot.
Dungeon map! Long shot. Twice as far.
Long shot is pretty dope.
Well, that's,
Now can you get up there without having to jump up
yeah,
there now?
easily. You can even hit
Good
that ceiling.
lord.
Wow, you can hit like way past it. That's awesome. Cute.
Well, I don't know how to do this dungeon, so gotta stop.
Alright.
We'll see you next time. More Master Quest action. Take us out, Ben.
Join us next time for the amazing water temple
PC
that everyone loves.
Master Race.